Chapter 2, Scene 3. Conrad Zoe sat in his office in an underground safe house watching as his 10-man squad drove their trucks through the secret passageway in the ground. Clearly their lit was successful, but all over the news. Conrad Zoe had been holding it down for his original team, MSFB, Mafia-style family blood that had all been indicted years ago or either went underground until their names were erased from America's most wanted top 100 list, and a lot of them knew that would never happen, so they were enjoying themselves as fugitives, living life on the run. Before the acting godfather, Miss Conrad, went underground fully, she gave Conrad Zoe authorization to upstart his own family. Since the active godfather of MSLB, Conrad bin Laden, was locked in a Fed prison underground ADX. Conrad Zoe still acknowledged his comrades who were trapped in federal and state facilities. Conrad Zoe came out of his office just as more soldiers wheeled out carts to unload the trucks. Zoe, we did that caper without even breaking a sweat, Fiend said while sitting on the hood of the Denali he had gotten out of with 2 other members from their squad. That's because you ain't do shit, Foxy spoke while pulling the Kevlar vest over her head, slightly bending over, and that caused Fiend and Conrad Zoe to look at her curves, a man's first instinct. Fiend couldn't reply because Foxy was telling the truth. They had it all under control, and plus Fiend was their squad leader and gave the orders to the squad, which meant he would get the majority of the credit anyway if it had went successful, and he would take all the heat if it had went bad. I'm glad y'all made it back safe. We gonna shut down Operation Capers. I think we touched enough. It's time we work on my big scheme. Conrad Zoe finally spoke, looking from Fiend to Foxy and then a few more members of his team that had approached. Shit, whatever you say. You the boss, Fiend replied, sliding down from the hood of the Denali. Conrad Zoe smiled at his team. Everybody looked around at each other and either smirked or smiled, knowing that it was vacation time and that they all would be allowed to go home and view their loved ones. They all had been going hard for months with no complaints, and even though they had been staying underground, their living quarters were mini condos, bunkers, and they had it all.